In this session, I'm going to tell you about motion blur in After Effects. In filming, if you have seen when something passes quickly in front of camera, like a high-speed car in a few hundredths of a second, when we bring that video on editing program and see it frame by frame, we see that the car has blurred. This feature is called motion blur. We can create the same thing on our motion in After Effects. I draw a circle here. I want to take it forward. Hit P and create a keyframe. I want it to come forward in a second. First, I should locate the anchor point in the middle of the circle. Use Ctrl. Again, V is the selection tool. I take it forward and apply the easy ease for keyframes. I want the movement to be smoother at first. I reduce their distance a little. Here, change direction to this side. I can do the changes I like in the graph editor. This is how it moves. If I want to activate the motion blur effect, from this toolbar below, hit the first item. Choose this motion blur simulator. Now that the ball goes forward, has stayed as it is too fast. You must turn on the motion blur to see the form for sure. This option alone is not enough. When I play it, you'll see that it has a more attractive model. Hit N to specify the work area. Doesn't it more interesting with this effect? Gave it a more natural state. Suppose you have a mosquito. This effect is used when you want to show the movement of the wings. You no longer see the wings in the animation because they move very fast. So we blur the movement of their wings. It has settings too. I'll go on the composition setting with Ctrl K, advanced section, and the motion blur settings. That is shutter angle and sample per frame. By changing the number of shutter angle, this happens. The lower the number, the fewer these samples. And the higher the numbers, the intensity increases. I put it on 90. About sample per frame, the lower the number, the less motion is generated. I raise the number like 60. When the speed goes high, the number of its movement has now increased. So this adjustment is in the composition setting advanced section. You can change these numbers. This one affects the angle. You don't need to work with this. In the minus 90, the motion continues behind the shape. These are no noticeable changes with this option. These two are effective and important options. I'll give you another example. Suppose I insert a knife into the scene. Okay? To animate it, I need a positioning layer. Hit P. Like to spin around and go forward for 1 second. Alt-Shift-R, the rotation layer. In the first second, it should have a 90-degree angle. Of course, I want it to stay straight this way. And spin 3 times. Like this. Duplicate it, hit U, and select these keyframes. I bring this knife down. I give a motion blur mode to the bottom knife. You can see the difference now. It looks faster. I bring those keyframes closer. Now it goes faster. If you feel that its motion blur is not enough, go to the composition settings, advanced, and higher the numbers. This one affects the angle, and that one is for the samples. I changed the shutter phase too. As you can see, the bottom knife is now more attractive than the top one. Hit N and specify my work area. This was the motion blur and its settings. I hope you enjoyed it.